Continued Keystone confusion. I continue to be confused by libertarian support of the Keystone XL pipeline. As I noted last month, my objection to Keystone is simple. It can't be built without having the government steal land to build it on, from people who don't care to sell. For anyone operating under the label libertarian, that should be the end of the matter. But I keep seeing libertarian calls for Keystone to be built. Two things strike me as odd about these libertarian calls for Keystone. One, they usually don't address the libertarian objection, eminent domain, at all. And two, the arguments they make are not only not libertarian arguments, but are in some cases just completely nonsensical. For example, check out this piece at the Heartland Institute's blog. Quote, "The U.S. lacks pawns to be a leader in the foreign policy chess game, insufficient oil and natural gas production. Years of neglect in pushing fossil fuel production left the country unable to assist allies in times of emergency. Russia provides substantial natural gas, oil, and coal to Europe that gives it leverage in the Ukraine crisis due to Europe's fear of energy supply cutoff. The European Union has assisted in its servitude by resisting natural gas production by fracking and shutting down and curtailing future use of nuclear power plants. The Ukraine crisis is an example of future events until the United States develops fossil fuel energy production superiority." End quote. So the argument for Keystone is that it's necessary to have it so that the U.S. government can dictate the affairs and relationships of other nations. That's not a libertarian argument. Libertarians are non-interventionists. But even setting that aside, which we most manifestly should not, there are two major problems with the argument. One, the U.S. already has, quote, fossil fuel energy production superiority. In 2013, the U.S. produced 12.5 million barrels of oil per day versus Russia's 10.5 million barrels per day. In fact, the U.S. is now the world's leading energy producer and a net energy exporter. It achieved both these distinctions during the anti-energy Obama administration, by the way. 2. Keystone has nothing whatsoever to do with U.S. energy production. It is a pipeline to transship Canadian oil across the U.S. to the Gulf Coast refineries for Canadian export. It will increase neither U.S. oil production nor U.S. energy export by so much as a single calorie. Over the years, I've been skeptical of lefty claims that prominent libertarian think tanks just shill for whatever corporations are willing to write checks for favorable analysis. But this kind of thing makes me wonder. Continued Keystone Confusion was cross-posted from Thomas L. Knapp's Napster blog and posted to the Center for a Stateless Society Stigmergy.